Hi everyone, my name's Kelsey Whaley. This is my comprehensive project. For some reason, I'm just awful with technology. I cannot get my PowerPoint to load properly, so I'm just going to present it myself. I picked 4 things that were really going to stick with me into my future education. I thought this would be important to share to see if anybody else had any similar ideas or if I was on the right track and hopefully learned what I should be learning. So I'll go ahead and get started. I had 3 boys that are going into 6th grade this year, this coming year. So we worked on 5th grade curriculum. Something that I thought was going to be rather easy turned out to be super challenging for me. I had triplets. I thought this is going to be a walk in the park, no problem. They're all going to learn the same. I'm going to be able to make easy lesson plans. This is going to be easy. I was so wrong. So the first thing I'd like to talk about is lesson plans. This was a huge wake-up call for me because I would wait until last minute to do my lesson plans. I could throw them together in 20 minutes, no problem. But reality, I'm going to have to make more than 1 lesson plan a week. So this class really showed me how to manage my time better because I was making 4 lessons a week and so on and so forth and trying to get ahead and trying to stay organized. And my first day was awful. I did not have everything. I didn't have all the materials. I think I forgot paper, and just the whole classroom vibe was just bad. It was just a really rough first day. So I thought, you have got to work on your time management. So lesson plans was so big for me this year, and that's definitely something I'm going to use in the future. What we did a lot of bell work. I didn't always include that in my lesson, but this was a great way to start off the class. We did a brainstorming paragraph, and my boys were all about sports. So they would brainstorm the ending to a baseball game or the kickoff season starter or something fun like that. And it really, really helped. So learning styles was huge. One of my students needed visuals, had to have a visual, had to have an example in front of him. So when I work with my time management and I actually think about these things, everything else just came so easy. I always had a separate thing set out for him so he was able to follow along and not get off track. He had to have a plan. He liked to see everything right in front of him, what we were going to do, and it was fine with me to give him a copy of my lesson plan for the day. Here you go, follow along, everything's going to be great. So that's another thing I take with me. Learning styles. Not every kid learns the same, even if they are triplets. So I really enjoyed working and learning on that this year. I don't know if you can see any of this stuff. This was one of my, you can't really see it. One of my students took notes on me all year long, and he said what he wanted to work on, but he also made goals for me because he knew I wanted to teach. So that leads me to classroom environment. My classroom environment was awesome. We all really got along really well. I wanted my students to understand that I was learning too. It wasn't just them. I still had a lot to work on too, and I told them, you guys can correct me if you think I'm doing something silly or something another teacher wouldn't do, and they did, and it really kind of stuck with me. So classroom environment was a huge takeaway. You've got to have a good relationship with your students, and if you're off one day, they're probably going to be off one day too, and that was huge. Learning styles, classroom environments, and lesson plans were a big deal for me. The last one I want to talk about with the pre-KPTP. This was, I did really well at the beginning of the year. I kept up with it. I made sure everything was where it should be. And then I started slacking a little bit. But this was big for me. I know that I've got to plan, and keep up with things like that and be more organized. And this class really showed me, even though it was a quick summer course, that you have got to have it together. You need to be prepared 2 weeks before what you actually do. And this was actually a really fun class for me. I really enjoyed it. My students were great. I learned a lot. I feel like I'm maybe not ready to be on my own, but I feel a lot more confident now in my teaching. This class was wonderful. I really liked getting to know everybody on discussion boards, and the instructor was great. She always responded really quickly to my emails. I broke my binky, and she was super understanding and super helpful about everything. Yeah, it's been great. But I really look forward to possibly having some of you guys in the class, and it was a great summer.